Hi everyone! In this video, I want to talk a bit about the idea of alpha males and beta males. I really like the subject of dating and seduction and relationships. I think it's super fascinating how men and women relate. I think that there's so much one-sided information out there that I kind of wanted to give my perspective. A lot of the information that's given to men is mostly just for how to get laid and stuff like that, and for women it's usually how do you capture a man, how do you get him to marry you, and blah blah blah. I actually used to be super fascinated with the whole pickup artist movement. I just read a lot and research a lot, so I was very surprised when I came across this whole underground lifestyle. This whole underground lifestyle basically of guys trying to decode women and figure out how do they work, how do I seduce a girl, how do I get her to sleep with me, or just all the forums and seminars. I didn't realize men actually try to really figure women out. It's a whole study, it's a whole thing to unravel, I guess. Also, aside from the pickup artist thing, considering this whole men going their own way movement, they didn't like one of my last videos, and I don't think they like me. Honestly, I feel kind of a bit sorry for guys who join that movement because it's very defeatist. It's kind of they're just giving up on women, giving up on the hope of ever having a good woman or whatever. They think all women are evil and just shady and blah blah blah. I think it's this weird generalization because of a few bad women experiences, and then they think all women are awful. It's the same thing when a woman has a few bad experiences with guys and then writes off all men and thinks they're all pigs or awful, and it's just you can't really generalize a whole gender off of a few isolated experiences. I actually think that with pickup artistry, even though it's pretty manipulative, I think it's a little bit better than the MGTOW, because at least these men are trying, guys who are nerds or whatever, at least they're putting an effort into trying to get a girl. They're not just oh, I give up, I'm never gonna have a woman, the incels or whatever. I think you should never give up on yourself. I think that my experiences showed me that any man can learn how to improve himself and to get any girl. I want to share a little bit about what I think makes an attractive alpha male, which most guys strive to be, versus the unattractive beta male. Right away, a woman will notice an alpha male because of the way he carries himself. An alpha male generally has an upright posture, holds his head up. When he walks into a room, it feels like he owns the room, he just has a commanding presence to him. A beta male will often kind of be slouched, is more shy, and doesn't feel like he deserves to take up space. So already you can see it's kind of a matter of self-love and self-belief, that's something that any guy can work on. Most importantly, obviously, for guys and girls, is confidence. People are attracted to confidence, and when someone has confidence in themselves, then they work on themselves. So alpha males, they might not be genetically the most attractive, but they'll go to the gym and they'll work on themselves, and they'll get the right haircut and they'll groom their facial hair the right way. They just put in that effort, and that confidence is what exudes that attractiveness that makes them appear to be alpha. Beta males generally don't look after their appearance. They'll be more of in the nerdy type of dress. Not you have to be trendy or anything, but just looking you give a shit about your appearance, you want to at least look good, speaks about how you feel about yourself. If you don't love yourself and want to take care of yourself, then it tends to show in the way you dress. Alpha males dress they love themselves, they care about how they look. Beta males dress in a kind of cheaper, not really sort of fashion. A woman might sometimes do things that subconsciously will test a guy to see if he's an alpha male or not. Let's say you're going out with a girl and you guys want to figure out what restaurant to go to or something like that. If it's super indecisive and you don't know what you want to do, then it kind of becomes a turn off because it's like a lack of direction. In general, the male energy is the yang energy. It's supposed to be like the leading, the penetrating, the assertive energy. It's important, if you want to be an alpha male, to be decisive, to have direction, to know how to take the lead. An alpha male's energy should always be more commanding when he's with a woman. It should be the leading energy that initiates, that's assertive, that knows what it wants. When an alpha male's walking with a woman, he knows what direction they're going. When he's trying to choose what they're gonna do, he already has an idea in his mind. He knows where they're gonna go, and he has things planned out because he's leading, he's initiating, he's being the yang masculine energy. There's a very subtle art to doing this in a way that you're the masculine and you're leading, but you're not being arrogant or brute. You're still taking a woman's feelings into consideration. One misconception is people think that alpha males have to be assholes or that women are attracted to assholes. This is not true. Unfortunately, a lot of the times that people are very confident, it comes together with the packaging of being an asshole, and sometimes a woman will try and just overlook that part because she likes the other stuff, but it is not a case of being attracted to someone who's an asshole. In general, people don't like being treated badly. It's more that they overlook the other things because they like so much the other parts. Because nowadays in our society, it feels that it's somewhat rare to find someone who really loves and accepts themselves, whether male or female, just someone who's like confident and like there's something very magnetic and attractive about that, and everyone likes that in someone. Career-wise, alpha males usually know what they want. They're decisive. They've already chosen their career. They're already excelling in their career. Again, another thing that isn't, set in stone, is something you create. An alpha male knows that he's going to be providing for a female and that he's going to be the masculine energy. So he knows he needs to have, the right career, the right business. Generally, he's the leader. He's not working for someone. He's not answering to anybody. He only answers to himself. A beta male generally will be totally lost. He might not know what he wants to do with his life. He might be constantly asking others for their opinion or for their approval if he's doing the right thing or what should he do. He kind of just drifts and floats. And it's very hard for a woman to be attracted to that kind of energy because generally women want to feel safe and provided for, and it's hard to feel that with a man who's not grounded and able to give her that feeling of safety. Alpha males are sexually confident. They don't worry about rejection. They know that it's not personal, so they'll take their chances. They'll talk to several women. They won't be super anxious about their sexual performance. They are out to please themselves and make themselves happy. They're not just worried about what people think about them. Beta males will, because of their insecurity, be terrified to approach a woman, and they would never know. It might be that the woman that they approach would actually really be into them, but they'll never find out because they never try. They're just trapped in the insecurity and the self-defeating thoughts. Again, this is something that it's not set in stone. If a beta male wanted to be an alpha male, then he would just need to work on that, on loving himself and getting out of his comfort zone. The PUA movement's not so bad in that sense because I think it helps a lot of beta males become more alpha. The only issue is like when you use overly manipulative tactics to get a girl, then even when you get her, you never really know if she really likes you for you or because you used NLP or some sort of like brainwashing tactic or whatever. Generally, it's a lot more self-loving if you work on yourself and have more of a natural game approach and get a girl to like you for who you really are. Because if you attract a woman through tactics that are like negging, like giving, you know, negative feedback to try and like make her prove herself to you, the only women that are going to take that bait are women that are super insecure and that need your validation. So why would you want to be stuck dating or seeing somebody who's super insecure or even sleep with them? Like what? That's not really attractive. Like why would you want to sleep with someone who's like not even confident in themselves? Spiritually, we all have masculine and feminine energy. So a beta male would mistakenly think that in order to be masculine, like he can't show any emotion and he's got to be like a hard ass and whatever. So he'll try and overcompensate by trying to be overly masculine. An alpha male knows how to play on his feminine energy and use that to his advantage. So women actually are really attracted to guys who show like a bit of vulnerability and emotion in the right way. I'm not talking about like showing emotion, like, you know, being super sensitive and crying at every drop of a pen, but just being selectively open and vulnerable and showing how he really feels and just like being comfortable with that feminine side of him shows true confidence. And that's definitely something that an alpha male knows how to leverage to his advantage. Yeah, I could go on and on. I mean, there's a lot of different traits that are very telling, but the main point I want to emphasize is nothing is set in stone. People are constantly recreating and reinventing themselves. So if you view yourself as a beta male and you don't like it, instead of giving up on yourself, why not try to do something about it? Why not try and cultivate self-love, try and emulate and pick up habits that make you an alpha male? And it doesn't have to be like in a dark, manipulative kind of way. It could be a natural confidence, like a natural seduction. Because ultimately, when you decide you do want to be with someone in a relationship, you don't want to win someone over through like fake tactics that will make you always unsure of whether they really like you. It's always best to build yourself up in a way that you're proud of yourself and you know that you're worthy and deserving of someone to like you for who you really are. There's always going to be someone who can find and appreciate you, the real you, and will love you for it. That's my take from a female perspective. Let me know your guys' thoughts and if you like these kind of videos. I'm very much interested in sharing with guys different things to help show them the female mentality and like how to date, how to attract women. I think it's pretty fascinating to be able to help men from a female perspective, because I don't see a lot of that out there. Thanks for watching. Like my videos and subscribe.